Hello students, welcome ulit sa online tutorial natin. Once again, continue tayo for sample problems or practice problems para sa statics number 32. By the way, again, maraming salamat sa mga nag-avail sa tutorial services. Sige, sorry. Continue tayo. So, the homogeneous 1,200 Newton plate is suspended from 3 cables as shown. Compute the tension of the cable at A, at B, and I think at A and B. Maganda dito since meron tayong sagot, we are confident sa sagot natin. I mean, meron ng answer key, mas confident tayo sa sagot natin. So, notice our plate, although homogeneous, is actually composite, meaning hindi natin alam kung nasan yung center of gravity. So, we'll be using variance theorem first to determine, and then after that, we can also solve the tension at the cables A and B. By the way, based on the figure, okay, sige. Sandali. I think, so anyway, check ko muna kung paano natin ito solve. Now, to solve for the tension at the cable A directly, tatlo kasi yung reactions. To solve for the cable A directly, supposedly, what I will do first is sum up. Magsa-sum up sana ako. Paano kaya to? So, I'm actually thinking of the shortest route, no? Or pinaka-shortcut. To solve for the ang una ko masosolve dito is actually yung reaction sa C. Why? Because A and B will actually intersect at this point. Meaning, if they will intersect at this point, I can sum up moment at this point, okay, to eliminate A and B sa equation, and then very easily, I can get C. However, after getting C, ano yung gagawin ko? So, siguro, after getting C, I'll just sum up moments here sa B to get A, and then sum up ko ng moments sa A to get B. But wala bang paraan para to get B and A directly without solving C? Wala, no? Kasi B and C, although they will intersect, medyo malayo na. The same is true for A and C. Sige, so I think yun yung pinakamadaling paraan. But to do that, first, we need to determine muna kung saan yung centroid ng plate. Sige, let's draw the free body diagram. Okay, sige. So, bale, ganito. 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 Ganyan. Mali pala. So, this one, and then this one. By the way, I'll just actually divide the composite section directly, no? So, it's up to you kung paano nyo to i-divide. I'll actually divide this one pag ganito. Kasi I think mas obvious, no? However, actually, pwede ding pag ganyan ang pag-divide niyo, meaning the centroid, this is area 1, this is area 2. So, ang centroid will be here, and then the other one will be here. Okay? So, and then you have the reaction sa C, which is ito yung RCV. Tama lang, RCH. Tama, no? Okay? But actually, this is just a component of C. Anyway, ganito na lang. Sige, so, ganito. RC, and then you also have this one. RB, and then we also have this one. RA. Okay? So, by the way, it's important to na alam natin yung mga inclination of these forces kasi later on we will start to sum up moments. I think yan lang. Sige. And then you have ang distance na to, 1.5. And then ang distance dito, this is actually 5m. And then ang distance sa kabila is 2.5. So basically, if that is 1.5, this is 1.5 and 1. And then, ano pa ba? I think yan lang naman. Sige. And then, ito, A and B will actually intersect here. Importante yan later. And then, ang distance na yan from here, ito, distance na to, and that is actually equal to 1.5. And then, ito, And then ito, ang distance na to is actually equal to 4.5. Okay? Sige. So, I think okay na siguro to. Yan. Sige. So, by the way, the centroid, I assume, will occur here. Okay, dyan. So, bali dito yung W, weight W. So, we want to solve the distance of the centroid, no, from a fixed point. So, anyway, I'll just actually choose this point. Okay, itong axis na to. So, ito yung hahanapin muna natin, itong X. Yan, tawagin natin yung X. Sige. So, I think we can start. Lipat ko muna to. Madali lang ha. Yan. Oops. Okay. Sige. So, again, the first thing that we need to do is to solve for the location of the centroid. So, to do that, we need to have, we need to use Varignone's theorem. So, basically, Varignone's theorem, the area, okay? So, since homogeneous man to, so basically, we'll just get the area. So, the area of the centroid, I mean, the area of the resultant is equal to the area, or moment area of the resultant is equal to the moment area of the components. So, in this case, the individual areas. So, the resultant area or the total area is actually equal to area 1 plus area 2. However, let's try to get muna ang value ng area 1. Ano ba yung area 1? Based on the figure, area 1 is actually the area of a rectangle. Sige, so I'm sure alam naman natin kung ano yung area ng rectangle. So that is base times height. So that's base na 5. Ang height is 1.5. Next, ang area 2, that is actually the area of the triangle. So that's 1/2. Base is 5. And then ang height, based on the figure, is equal to 1. Yan. So meaning, we have a total area of 10. Next, we will get the distance x by using Varignone's theorem. So, area total multiplied by x. Now, that must be equal to the area of the individual members or individual areas. So, area 1 multiplied by, now, asan yung distance ng area 1 from our reference point? Ito yung reference point natin, ha, yung A and B. So, the distance of area 1 is actually half of 5 meters. No, distance or the centroid of area 1 is 2.5 meters from our reference point, which is the left edge. So that's 2.5. And then plus the distance naman of area 2 will be 1/3. Okay, 1/3 of 5. Kasi ang triangle kasi, the centroid of the triangle will occur 1/3 from the 1/3 from the height, no? Or yung maximum intensity ng triangle, and then 2/3 from the tip. I notice sa whole equation na to, we only have one unknown, which is yung x. So, you can solve x using your calculator. Ako, I'll just solve x using shift solve na lang. Yan. Okay, so, yan. So, nakuha natin yung x. Again, kayo ha, you have your calculators to solve for x. So, we have x equal to 2.292. Okay, so, let's continue. So, after solving for x, we can now sum up moments at this point. Okay, naku, nakalimutan ko lagyan ng name. Ano ba yung point? Anong tawag sa point na to? Point. Naku, nakalimutan ko lagyan. A, B, C. Tawagin natin point D. So, dito ha, magsama tayo ng moment sa point D. So, asan yung point D dyan? So, again ha, point D is the intersection of A and B. So, meaning, bakit nandiyan ka nag-intersect, nagsama ng moment na pwede naman dito sa mga corners. Now, nagsama po ko ng moment dito sa intersection na yan so that I can get C directly. Kasi A and B will not rotate dito sa point na to. Kasi nga, they will intersect. Diba? So, diba? Ganyan ha. Yan yung mga technique. Sige. So, summation of moment. Summation of moment at D is equal to 0. Again ha. For the intersection. Lagyan na AB na lang. AB. Intersection AB. Yeah. So, is equal to 0, clockwise equals counterclockwise. Looking at the figure, ang clockwise is the load W. Diba? So, load W is clockwise with respect to this point. So, ang distance naman is 1.5 times x. I mean, 1.5 plus x. Yan yung moment arm. Sige, so that will be W, okay, which is, nakalimutan natin ilagay. By the way, W is 1,200. Yeah. So, W is 1,200. Ang moment arm ng W with respect to the point of intersection is 1.5 plus X. So, that's 1.5 plus X. And then, I think yan lang yung clockwise kasi itong C is actually counterclockwise, no? Okay, so counterclockwise. Sige. Now, that must be equal to the counterclockwise. Now, careful kayo kasi dito, okay, this is actually the, ito yung C, di ba? Now, ang C will have actually have two forces that will rotate clockwise. Number one is the vertical component of C. Ito, meron kasi itong vertical component upward. And then number two, meron siyang horizontal component to the right. Okay, so let's try to consider the vertical component of C. Now, the vertical component of C, tawagin natin niya ang RCV, okay, will actually have a moment arm equal to, kasi nandito yan, di ba? So, ang moment arm yan is actually 1.5 plus 5. Again, we're summing up moments at the intersection. So, RCV times 1.5 plus 5. Yan yung moment arm ng RCV. And then plus, another clockwise moment, or counterclockwise moment rather, is the horizontal component of the reaction sa C. Diba? Ang horizontal component sa reaction sa C, we have, ano ba yung horizontal component dito? We have, moment arm niya from this point is actually 2 meters. Ito na 2 horizontal component ng C. So that is RCH times 2. Moment arm. Now notice that dalawa man ang unknown. We have two unknowns, RCV and RCH. Anyway, ang W given, ang X na-solve na. But although dalawa yung unknown, actually we can write RCV and RCH as isa lang yung unknown kasi we can write these are actually components. So, di ba pwede kong ilagay na ang RCV is actually equal to, again, tingnan nyo dito sa figure. Sorry. Yan o. Di ba meron niyang RC, ito yan, at saka ito. Yan yung kanina na nag-rotate. This is RCV and RCH. But, if this is RC, di ba pwede natin ito sabihin na RC multiplied by a certain fraction? Ano yung fraction na yun? Numerator over denominator. And then, we will just actually consider a triangle wherein yung C belongs. Now, I hope nakikita niyo yung triangle na yan. The triangle is actually ito. Yan, with a height 2 and a base 5. Now, let's try to draw down the triangle with C. Diba? Yan yung triangle natin. Ang height 2, ang base 1.5 pala, 1.5. Okay? So, meaning, ang horizontal component to is actually RC. Ang hypotenuse of the triangle is square root of 2 squared plus 1.5 squared, while the horizontal side of the triangle is 1.5. Yeah, kaya yan yung RCH. And then, ang RCV naman is RC, but instead of 1.5, this will be 2 over, yun, hypotenuse na 2 squared plus 1.5 squared. Okay? So, again, instead of using sine or cosine theta, use ratio and proportion. Again, side over hypotenuse. Sige. So, palitan natin to dito. But before natin palitan, ilipat muna natin to. Para di man ito yung students, just in case. Yeah. Okay. Sandali. Yeah. So again, ang RCV is actually RC times, times 1.5 RC. Ano nga ulit ito? Ay, RCV pala. So that's 2 times square root of 2 squared plus 1.5 squared. While ang RCH, same pa din, but instead of 2, this is 1.5 kasi horizontal man. Okay, notice, the whole equation, isa na lang ang unknown, which is yung RC. So, pwede natin isolve ang RC. Sige, so you can use your calculator to solve for RC, ha? Since RC lang ang unknown dito, you can write this one sa calculus, solve for RC. Now, ako, ang gagawin ko na lang is use the software para mas madali. So, solve natin yung RC. So, we have RC equal to 710. Okay? So, once nakuha natin ang RC, it is now easy to solve for tension at A. Tingnan nyo. Check na natin dito ulit. Tension at cable A. Tingnan nyo. To solve for the tension at cable A, I can actually consider, again, i-draw ko na ulit to, ha? Sige, draw ko ulit yung figure. Another figure ulit. Ito. But this time, I will not consider the hole na. I'll just actually consider the plate. Yan, ganyan, ganyan. And then, meron tayong pag ganito, meron tayong ganyan. Meron tayong pag ganito. Ay, sorry, meron tayong pag ganyan. Meron tayong pag ganyan. Then, meron tayong pag ganito. Meron tayong pag ganito. This is point, ano nga ulit yung point na to? ABC. So, this is A, B, and then this is C. Diba? Again, these are just actually components. And then, I think that's it. Moment arm, that's 5M. This is 2.5. And then, ito yung W, which will occur at a distance X. Okay, sige. So, copyahin muna natin to. Again ha, medyo mataas lang yung solution kasi I'm trying to explain, but pag kayo na yung nag-solve, I'm sure no, hindi naman kayo mag-explain. So, diretso na yung solution. Sige, so ang gagawin ko to solve for A, I will just sum up moments at B. Okay, tinan nyo, to eliminate B in the equation. So, summing up moments at B is equal to 0. Sum up tayo ng moment sa B is equal to 0. Clockwise equals counterclockwise. Now, looking at the figure, ang clockwise is the load W. So, that is W times ang distance is X. Okay? And then plus, another clockwise is actually itong horizontal reaction ng RA. So, that is horizontal reaction ng RA, or not horizontal reaction, but the horizontal component of RA. So, that is RA multiplied by a certain fraction kasi horizontal component man. Ano yung fraction na yun? Now, let's try to check or let's try to see a triangle involving RA. Looking at the figure, the triangle with RA is this triangle with a height 4.5 and a base 1.5. Therefore, if I want to solve for the horizontal component of RA, I will consider this triangle. Ito ha, itong triangle na ito. Yan. So, ang height is 4.5, ang base 1.5. So, meaning, I'll multiply this one with the ratio. Now, ang denominator is the hypotenuse of the triangle. So, ang hypotenuse ng triangle na yun, based on the figure, is 4.5 square plus 1.5 square. Diba? Kasi ang height, 4.5, ang width, ang base, 1.5. Next, ang numerator will be the side parallel to the component that we want. Now, this is actually the horizontal component of RA. So, meaning the horizontal side of the triangle based on the figure is actually 1.5. Again, I'm talking about this triangle. Ito, ha? Yung triangle na yan. Sige, so that's 1.5. Okay, so with that, yan, meron tayong clockwise moment. Dapat equal to sa counterclockwise moment. Now, ang counterclockwise lang is the vertical component of C. No? So, that must be equal to the vertical component of C. That's RC times, ano ba yung vertical component ng RC? I think ito ata yun. Ito. Tama. Ito. So, ito yung vertical component ng RC. And then, multiply natin to sa moment arm. Naku, nakalimutan ko may moment arm pa pala. Ito, ang moment arm pala ng horizontal component is actually 2.5. Horizontal component ng A is 2.5 from B kasi sa beta yun nagsama ng moments. While ang moment arm naman ng vertical component ng C with respect to point B is 5. Yan. So notice, sa whole equation na to, isa lang ang anong, which is yung RA. Okay? So with that, pwede natin isolve ang RA. Sige. So, again, just use your calculator. Ang anong dito, ang RA na lang kasi nasolve na natin ang RC, ang W given, at saka yung X na solve na natin. So, solving for RA, yan, solve RA. So, our answer is 118.585. Tama ba? Dito, 118, ang sa kanya is 119. Actually, more or less same lang yan. Ang nangyari kasi nag-round off, siguro nag-round off siya kasi tayo, we're using the exact values. So, ang answer is RA So, ang RA is 118.585. Sige. Now, next, how do we solve for, medyo mataas, no, yung recording. I apologize. So, next, how do we solve for RB? So, to solve for RB, ito, pwede tayong, actually, para hindi na tayo mag-sum up ng moment, hindi na mahirapan, looking at the figure, pwede tayong mag-sum up ng forces horizontal is equal to 0. Dapat, ang to the right must be equal to the left. Now, again, copyhin ko to, dito tayo. Sama tayo ng forces horizontal. So, summing of forces horizontal is equal to 0. To the right equals to the left. Looking at the figure, ang to the right is the horizontal component of C. No? Horizontal component of C. So, horizontal component of C, I think ito yun. But instead of 2, that will be 1.5. Kasi yan yung, di ba? 1.5 yung triangle. Tignan nyo. Yung length ng horizontal side of the triangle considering C is 1.5. And then that must be equal to the force to the right. Ang force to the right, number 1, is the horizontal component of A. So, ang horizontal component of A will be, di ba nakuha natin ito kanina, ito? At A, 1.5 over square root of 4.5 plus 1.5. While the horizontal component of B, so plus, this will be RB, okay, times. Ano naman yung triangle na pwede natin gamitin na nabilong ang B? Looking at the figure, the triangle is actually this one. Notice, this triangle, ang base is 1.5, ang height is 2, is just the same sa C. No? The triangle is actually just the same sa C. So, actually, ito na yung gagamitin ko yung sa C. So, this will be 2. Yan yung horizontal component. This will be 1.5. Okay? Kasi nga, 1.5 yung horizontal side of the triangle. Sige. So, notice, sa whole equation na to, the only unknown is RB. Nakuha na natin ang RA, nakuha din natin ang RC. Feel free to use your calculator to solve for RB. So, ito lang yung gagamitin ko para mas madali na. So, our RB should be equal to 648.43. Check na natin kung same ba tayo sa sagot dito sa answer key. Yan, 648 Newton. Okay? So, again na, medyo matagal lang to dahil nag-explain ako. However, madali lang talaga kasi ang gagawin mo lang first, determine X. Once na-determine mo na ang X, determine RC. How do we determine RC? Very easily, sum up ka ng moment kung saan nag-intersect. Once mo-solve mo na ang C, you can solve A by summing up moments at B. Once mo-solve mo na ang A, you can solve B by summing up moments at A or by summation of forces horizontal. Sige. So again, I think that's it, no? So nakuha naman natin yung sagot. So I think that's it. So if you have any questions or clarifications with regards to the solution or even corrections, please do not hesitate to comment down below. Maraming salamat sa panonood and see you sa next video natin.